Hello viewers, this is Dragon Videos and I'm here to present another top 5. In the anime world, we're always filled with plenty of villains. The majority of time, we can't help but hate them. Then there are just some villains that pull at our heartstrings, especially depending on their situations. In this video, I'm focusing once again on the My Hero Academia villains, but this time, instead of finding ones that are intimidating, I'm going over villains that pull our heartstrings. So grab some tissues and get ready to have your heart broken, especially for these villains. La Brava is Gentle's assistant. She would do anything for him. She's also known as a hacker, but I put her number 5 because of her backstory. You see, when she was in middle school, she tried to confess a love to a boy through a letter, but it came out wrong, which resulted in a rejection and a major depression. Only Gentle was the only person to save her life. At that point, she would find everything special in him, as well as getting into trouble with him on more than one occasion. I always can't help but think of them as a father-daughter relationship, as well as a mentor thing. Her relationship is even deeper when she faces off Izuku and begs him to let Gentle do his thing. If Gentle went to jail, she would want to lose her life instead of bearing the fact that the only person she loves and cares about is gone. When I first saw Gentle, he did strike me as a bit of a ham, same way as Mr. Compresses, though his quirk is of no joke at all. What's even really sad, as well as puts him number 4, is that when he was a young lad, he dreamed of being a hero, even if it was pointless. But it blew up in his face when he tried to do something nice for a person, which kicked him out. Since then, the only way he thought he could be remembered as well as kept alive is if he did acts of villainy. That goes to say that his relationship with La Brava is one of the redeeming qualities he has as a normal person. If only it were that simple. He too was also concerned for La Brava, and wants best for her, unlike most villains in the story. Spinner hasn't been seen much in the manga or in the anime so far, but I put him number 3 for a very special reason. He has been facing a prejudice, and Stain influences his ideals for change in the society. He represents some of the problems in the rules of superhumans. You see, he was treated different because he was a lizard guy, and he was born in an area where they have conservative rules for mutants. How's that for irony? Living in a superhuman society, but you're still treated like dirt. Basically, in this world of My Hero Academia, prejudice knows no bounds. He also questions of why he's serving the League of Villains. They don't treat him as an equal as much, and they don't seem to show the same ideals as Stain. What the future holds for him? I don't know, but I can't help but feel sorry for the fact that he is rejected by others and not treated as much. He deserves it. Twice always struck me as someone who was a comedic relief, whether doing random clones or doing gestures and talking randomly. He really is something to be feeling sorry for. You see, he has a quirk called Twice, which makes clones of clones. But the thing is, these clones were sentient, and they didn't like of being told what to do. He was stabbed and watched his clones kill each other for 9 whole days. It caused a serious identity crisis and split personality. The only way he could keep himself together is wearing a suit. Now, to add insult to injury, he tried to recruit the Yakuza for their own gain, but it resulted in Magni being killed by Overhaul, the leader of the group, and then being forced to work under them alongside Himiko Toga. If you think that's horrible, imagine going through life not knowing who you are. This is why I put him number 2, because many villains should always have a sense of identity. Okay, folks, I have a quiz for you. What's sadder than being rejected by your crush, losing your dream of being a hero, facing a prejudice since you're a mutant, and trying to keep yourself from falling apart, literally, and working with people you hate? Well, I can tell you with one villain, it's about your quirk. That's right, I'm talking about Tomura Shigaraki, with his ability of decay. I think of him as being the dark version of King Midas's golden touch. It literally destroys things he touches up to the point it's ash. When he was a kid, he was abandoned and no one even bothered to reach out for him. No one except for All For One. However, despite how he looks up to him, I feel like Tomura is being manipulated into whatever All For Ones were planning. I would do a video for that. Now, you see, with Tomura, there's bits and pieces of information that we have yet to get, but due to some of the recent stuff that I've seen in the manga chapters, it's slowly starting to come together. He doesn't remember much, but he somehow has killed his whole entire family, up to the point where whenever he sees the hands, it always makes him want to throw up, and he keeps reliving them again and again. I can't help but think of it as a parallel to Eri, who had the power to rewind and erase quirks in general. I wonder what would happen if these two meet. It may bring up some interesting dynamics to the show. Now, through these events of not being able to get the help he needed, it resulted in Tomura being the villain he is now, and due to his quirk decay, it gives him the inability to love others or anything else, because he always touches and destroys everything. So, congratulations, Tomura. You won number 1 in Sympathetic Villains. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below, and have a good night.